Good morning, world. I am Judy, your web-based therapist, making therapy accessible and convenient for our clients in Florida, in New York, and of course, sharing information worldwide. Today, I want to continue talking about loneliness, which I mentioned in another video that the Surgeon General classified as a health crisis recently. As we start Mental Health Awareness Month, I want to talk about that. But before I get into that, I want to take a quick moment and say, if you are subscribed, thank you so much for being a part of our awesome world. If you're not yet subscribed, please take a moment and click the subscribe button below so you can join all this awesomeness. And remember to tick the bell so you are notified when I post new videos so you don't miss anything. And of course, if you'd like to purchase 1 or 3 of my books, also a link below that will take you to a site that shows you all your different options of where you could get 1 or 3 of my books. So today I want to talk about 5 things that we can do to help us deal with or to help us get out of loneliness. The first of which is prioritize and nurture personal relationships, because we've become a society of efficiency, where we're looking to how much we can get done in the least amount of time, how to be efficient with our time. But personal relationships is not necessarily something that you're going to be efficient with. Personal relationships is something that you take time to nurture, to enjoy, to grow, to experience. So a lot of times I mentioned before where people will say things like, don't call me, text me, where, okay, I want to be efficient. I want to be able to have this conversation, talk to you while I do XYZ. Taking time to nurture personal relationships mean being present, being in the moment, taking the time to talk to people, taking the time to share, experience something with someone. Taking the time to be there, taking the time to engage, and allowing yourself to connect with other people. Prioritizing it as a part of your schedule, as a part of your day, because a lot of times we leave those to when we have time, and we know that the only time or the only day you will ever have time is a day that does not end with Y. That's the only time it will be that perfect timing, that perfect moment when you have all the time in the world. That is only on a date that does not end with Y. So in order to prioritize, in order to make sure that you get to spend those times, you get to experience those, have those moments to nurture and experience relationships, you have to prioritize them. And that also means that you have to schedule them. You have to make time for them. Otherwise, they're not going to happen. And it's going to be 3 years and you realize, hey, I have not talked to my friends or my siblings or whomever it is that is important to you in however long. So prioritize and nurture those relationships. The second thing is to explore hobbies and other life-affirming activities. A lot of times when we're experiencing loneliness, we feel isolated. We tend to withdraw even more. But this is the time when we need to be exploring life-affirming activities. We need to be exploring hobbies, because that's another opportunity for you to connect, for you to engage, for you to develop those relationships that you're going to nurture, those relationships that are going to provide that you can make that connection. Because especially when maybe you move to a new town, or maybe your friends are somewhere, you're no longer in contact with your old friends, whatever the situation may be that is causing you to feel isolated. Taking the time to engage in new hobbies, taking the time to learn about new things may provide an opportunity for you to create new connections, for you to explore new things. So take time, participate in life-affirming activities, and definitely explore new hobbies so that you can hopefully make new connections through your new interests. A third thing that can help is serving, volunteering, or just engaging in life and acts of service. Because when we serve others, we tend to create a connection, not just because as the giver receives something, but you, or the recipient gets something, but you as the giver also receive something. It gives you a sense of purpose. It gives you a sense of validation. It makes you feel better. So when you have the opportunity, or create the opportunity to engage in acts of service. And it doesn't necessarily have to mean that in order to serve, you have to go and go to a soup kitchen every Wednesday night. No, service can be something as simple as doing something for a colleague, knowing that someone is having a hard time and taking the time and doing something to make that day better for them. Any act of service, when we engage in act of service, it helps us feel more valuable. It helps us feel more connected, and it creates an opportunity for us to connect to other people. So whatever it small things, something as small as, feeding somebody's parking meter. You're walking by and you see that somebody's meter expired and putting another quarter. Even something that small can mean so much, can create a connection, can be empowering. So acts of service, whatever acts of service you're able to engage in, definitely take the opportunity to do that. 4, lean into your faith or your spirituality. Whether you are a person of faith who goes to church on a regular basis, or you are not a person of faith, but you have some level of spirituality, that is a great way to connect with something greater than you. That is a great way to explore and engage and create that bond, or taking the time, whether it's going to be through prayer, through meditation, through reading and learning more about your faith, or sharing that faith or spirituality, or taking part in activities that helps you grow and develop your faith or spirituality. Those things can be a great source of connection, both connection with other people who may share your faith or who may share whatever it is that you believe in, as well as connection with a higher power, connection with a higher being or a higher self. So taking the time to lean into your faith, lean into your spirituality, develop, grow, experience, explore, use your spirituality or your faith to help you through that moment, to help you grow and build from there. The last thing, of course, is reach out to people. A lot of times we can be so caught up in ourselves, we can be so in our head that we are experiencing these things where it would help if we connected and reached out to people, but we're so into us, we're so withdrawn, we're so isolated that we do not do that, whether it's ego or other, whatever the situation is, because sometimes you don't want to reach out to people because you don't know how they're going to receive it. Or maybe you think that your reaching out is going to be an imposition. Put all that aside. Reach out to people. Reach out to friends, reach out to family, reach out to whomever in your life that you may have lost or dropped a connection with. Not the toxic people that you intentionally left behind. I'm talking about people that where the connection may have fallen off, maybe because you guys moved or because of whatever the situation is. People that you had good relationships with, that you can still have good relationship with, people that you haven't talked to in a while, people that you know, and maybe there's someone in your life that who you wanted to deepen your relationship with, but never took the time. Take the time and do those things. Take the time and reach out to people so that you can figure out, okay, what other relationships in my life can I nurture? Can I grow? What other who in my life can I reach out to when who can help me deal with this void, this isolation that I am experiencing? All right, so let's do a quick recap. The first is to prioritize and nurture your personal relationships because they are important to help you feel that connection. 2 is exploring hobbies as well as other life affirming activities because they provide a great opportunity for you to connect with other people and gain that connection that you need. 3, serving others, and whether it's volunteering or just doing small things for people around you, people along your path, because service is a great way to connect with other people. Lean into your faith or your spirituality because it helps you connect with others who may share that faith or spiritual belief, as well as connecting with a higher sense of yourself or a higher being, if that is what you believe in. And finally, reach out to people in your life, people in your past, not the toxic ones, and just people who may be able to help you through this moment, people you may be able to bring something positive into your life. As always, if you or someone you know happens to be going through something that's more than you can handle, please remember that there are professionals like myself who are available, able, and willing to help, and are even providing remote services who can assist with whatever you may have going on. So please figure out who those people are in your community so that if you need them, you can reach out and get the help that you need. And that is all we have for today. Good morning, world. Have an awesome day.